The fact that everything is behind a paywall now is like the most annoying fucking shit ever.
Honda's now charging a subscription fee to open your own garage.
Basically what they're saying is my TV is 4K, but if I want to experience 4K on Netflix, I have to pay for it? What the f?
Okay, so paywalls have officially gone too far.
A European wheelchair manufacturer has begun locking simple wheelchair controls, including higher speeds, switching between drive modes, and alternative controls behind a digital paywall.
Going over to the comments, the money hunger of corporate greed, a subscription to use basic functions, this has gone way too far. And I have to agree, no one wants them, yet paywalls are projected to earn $859 billion in 2026.
The fact that everything is behind a paywall now is like the most annoying fucking shit ever. Like, oh my god. I downloaded this app for yoga, right? Where it kind of guides you through like the practices or whatever. They're talking about $10 a month subscription to use the app.
And every subscription is tiered now. Pay to use this product, pay to make it actually functional and useful, pay even more for bonus features that all used to be included in free versions. On average, Americans spend $219 per month on subscriptions, yet they think they only spend $86. Companies have realized that paywalls are like the ultimate growth maxer because they magically transform free content into something super valuable. When you physically open your wallet to give someone real cash, it's painful because it's visible. Yet when a subscription or paywall takes $3.99 from your fourth credit card in the middle of the night while you're sleeping, it's not painful because it's totally invisible.
I paid for HingeX for a week, let me tell you about it. $30 for 1 week. All right, not loving that. So right away when I paid, all of a sudden, boom, there are the hotties. They're there, and I was like, oh my god, period. Like the paywall, open the floodgates, thank you. But that didn't last. It was only for like day one, for like maybe 5 minutes that there were hotties. And then it all started to look really grim, right? It expired today, but yesterday, all of a sudden, lo and behold, 50 plus likes rolling in. All of a sudden, the hotties are back on the screen because it knows that I'm gonna cancel that subscription, because it's a subscription, so I had to cancel it. But they don't want you to. They're trying to trick you and be like, no, don't worry, we're actually cool. We're gonna show you the hotties again, and people are gonna like you, so keep paying. Like, it's working. What a f***ing scam.
Going over to the comments, I tried HingeX for 3 months. I think it was like $100 or something similar to that. Sounded like a decent deal. Got 2 likes from people I wasn't interested in and 0 matches otherwise. Hinge's official slogan is they're designed to be deleted because their algorithm is supposed to find you love, yet by creating HingeX, the app implicitly admits that the free algorithm is deliberately throttled. Systems like this have successfully paywalled basic human connection, turning your own visibility into a premium subscription.
Toyota is charging us $600 a year to keep all of our functions on our 2025 Camry after we've owned it for a year. Let's go ahead and dive into what it is. Well, everything's a subscription nowadays, so it shouldn't be too surprising that cars are now wanting a subscription as well. And after a year, Toyota expires some of the vehicle functions. So what are those functions? Well, probably the biggest thing that expires after a year is remote start via the Toyota app. So you used to be able to, from anywhere, open the app and remote start your vehicle to get it cooled down. That's no longer a thing after a year. You also lose the digital key functionality, so you have to take your keys everywhere with you. You can no longer use your watch or your phone. Another big thing that expired is our navigation. Despite us buying the high-end XSE trim level with the big screen, when we tab to the navigation menu, guess what? It's now expired, and if I hit get started, all it wants to do is sell me this subscription.
Cars selling subscriptions to unlock features they already put into the car should be illegal. This would 100% prevent me from buying a Toyota. Losing navigation of all things is genuinely insane. The remote start isn't a necessity, but making you pay a subscription for navigation is sick. Volkswagen did something similar to this. They introduced a monthly subscription to increase horsepower, saying that the optional power upgrade will cost £16 per month. Imagine being on the highway and trying to overtake someone, but you can't because you haven't paid your subscription. BMW recently admitted that monthly charges for unlocking heated seats and steering wheels were probably not the best way to dip its toe into the subscription and paywall model.
Honda's now charging a subscription fee to open your own garage. Most modern cars come with a product called HomeLink, which integrates with your garage door opening system. Up until now, that's always been free tech included with the purchase of the vehicle. Well, Honda said we can fix that and has made it $130 for a 3-year subscription or $180 for 5, which is part of a broader epidemic of paying $50,000 for a brand new vehicle loaded with features that you can't use unless you offer recurring revenue.
Doing some quick math, that's like the equivalent of paying Honda nearly 10 cents a day to open and close your own garage door that you already own and pay the power bill for. In order to get them to stop, we are going to have to stop using these subscription items. When they realize it's not profitable, they will stop doing it. Exactly. They'll start building stops every few miles where your car automatically parks and you have to watch ads before you can drive again. I wouldn't be surprised. 20 years from now, you never know. The average consumer holds 5.6 active subscriptions across all categories. But when narrowed down to streaming video alone, a 2025 survey found that the average American pays for 4 streaming services at a combined cost of $69 per month. A 13% year-on-year increase.
Can someone explain to me what this means? Netflix wants to unleash the full power of my 4K TV. So basically what they're saying is my TV is 4K, but if I want to experience 4K on Netflix, I have to pay for it? What the fuck?
Just a few years ago, you could hand your Netflix password out to a bunch of people and it wouldn't make any difference, but now the platform's forcing people to pay extra on top of membership to access features on a TV they already own. I wouldn't be surprised if the TV companies began building in these paywalls and subscriptions straight into the newer models themselves. Believe it or not, it gets worse than that. Streaming services have weaponized tragedy. They know the exact moment when a beloved actor or actress passes away. Their movies instantly skyrocket in popularity.
Hey, a huge shout out to all the streaming services for celebrating Robert Redford's death by placing all of his movies behind a paywall. Good for you guys, because you obviously don't make enough money. I mean, we already pay for the streaming services, and now you're running commercials, so you get that money. And now a couple extra bucks for Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid is good for you. A couple weeks ago, all the movies were just out. You could help yourself to Downhill Racer, The Candidate, All the President's Men. We were celebrating those works by already paying for the streaming service, but then he goes, and you're like, let's bleed them just a little bit more. So now we have to be smarter, people. We got to start looking ahead at people who might be going and then watch their movies before they go.
Back to the comments. Corporate greed knows no bounds. They did the same when Gene Hackman passed. Any chance they get to charge more money. Instead of letting fans mourn, studios have capitalized on greed. Classic films that were free to stream just 24 hours earlier are suddenly ripped down and thrown behind a paywall. Streaming services are basically charging people to grieve.
Okay, listen to me. I just tried to print something from my printer that I own. My printer that I own, with ink that I purchased, and paper. And I can't print without a subscription plan. The concept of having to have a subscription plan to print in your own home from the printer that you own that already has ink and paper in it, they remotely shut off my printer until I paid $7.50 to print in my own home.
You think it's annoying with a printer. Now imagine being a farmer who paid $300,000 for a tractor that won't work if he doesn't pay the dealer service subscription. John Deere just settled a class action lawsuit over it. And wow, this person wasn't lying. Deere & Co. attempted to monopolize its repair services market. Apparently LG and Samsung are pioneering the Netflix model for home appliances, which I tried to read about, but unfortunately I got hit with another paywall. AI claims that most people encounter 1 to 5 paywalls per day on average, which projected forward over a year is almost 2,000.
I think it's really cute that websites, like news websites, still hold information behind a paywall and give you that little pop-up like, hey, you can't finish reading this until you pay us. sorry, I'm just going to go somewhere else and find the exact same information. How are you even still in business?
Going back to the comments for extra watch time, not only is there a paywall, there's an ad after every 5 lines of the story, plus pop-up ads. I have an ad blocker and they have a pop-up that doesn't let you in unless you turn it off. Joke's on them, I'll go elsewhere. In 2017, a solid chunk of the internet's largest newsrooms was still completely free to read, but over the last decade, publishers hit a wall and obviously so did we. Because ads no longer pay the bills, news websites rush to build paywalls, yet 85% of us refuse to pay for a subscription. And 5 out of the top 10 news websites have already implemented paywalls.
It's great that everything's a subscription now. Everything's just a rental. It's fantastic. I love that. Didn't have to do a whole lot to convince everybody to be okay with it. They just went, instead of charging you one time for Photoshop, we're going to charge you 3/4 of the price of Photoshop every month for the rest of your life until you die. And we all went, that sounds great. Thank you so much. Printers on subscription services now, because printing was already so easy, may as well get an app involved. You get 15 pages of printing free until you hit a paywall, and now you gotta pay a monthly fee to use a physical object already in your house on paper that you already purchased. There are some garage door openers that are on subscription services now. Now you have to rent the ability to open a door in a house that you own, or more likely in a house that you rent. You are renting the ability to open doors in the house that you rent.
Can't wait to pay for a subscription that manages all my subscriptions. Black Mirror made an episode about a life-saving brain procedure that turned into a subscription, and honestly, I think about it daily. The Black Mirror episode this person is referring to is called Common People. It follows a husband who saves his comatose wife by cloning her consciousness to a server, only to face a dystopian subscription model that locks her basic bodily and mental function behind costly paywalls. Out of curiosity, I asked ChatGPT what it thought about the future of paywalls, and here's what it said. The digital model of pay to remove ads will bleed heavily into the physical world. Exercise equipment, smart fridges and home mirrors could play ad loops unless an active membership is maintained. Manufacturers will use software subscriptions to monopolize the repair ecosystem, forcing you to purchase the right to repair something you've already paid for. We already saw that with the tractors, so I guess we're already
Big changes are coming to Reddit this year, including one that might make you cough up some cash in exchange for that content. The company's CEO, Steve Huffman, shared plans to introduce paywalls on some of the social media's platform's forums, also known as subreddits. Last week, Huffman said the plans are, quote, a work in progress, but stopped short of disclosing what content exactly would require payment or if forum moderators would see a payout.
Even if we're creating the content ourselves, companies are going to continue squeezing us for as much as they can until we stop buying into their greed. By the way, guys, if you want a part 2, good news, it's going to be uploaded soon, but just so you know, it will be behind a paywall.